Well, today we're over at our local Home Depot here in League City, Texas, and I wanted to show you a little something I picked up. We're still working in that bathroom, finishing that remodel. I've got the cabinets done, and we're ready to put the cabinet door knobs and pulls onto the cabinet doors and drawer fronts. Came into Home Depot here looking for a cabinet door hardware jig. They had a couple of options, one of which I had used previously. It's those stamped plastic jobs. They run about $8.50, $9, and you get about 2 or 3 holes out of them before the drill bit wallows the hole out and makes it really inaccurate. I needed something better. Let me show you what I found and I picked up. Okay. For starters, ignore my knees. This is the only place I could find to hold this thing somewhat steady. The Kreg cabinet hardware jig. Kreg's got a reputation for making excellent jigs, and I figured this is a good way to get into some kind of Kreg jiggery. It actually has hardened steel drill bit guides, so I shouldn't be able to wear this thing out with the drill. And it looks like it's fairly easy to line up. So let's take it back to the shop and see how it works. Okay, so there it is. That's the Kreg cabinet hardware jig. Just for a price comparison, the cheap one that is all plastic and easily ruined just trying to use it runs for $8.69. This ran for $24.95 plus tax. Yes, it's considerably more expensive, but the quality of the Kreg, the adjustability, and the hardened steel drill guides that allow you to actually use it without tearing it up really make it worth it. So we're going to see if it really is worth it when we get it back to the shop, so stay with me. Alright, here are 2 of the doors that we're going to be working on. These particular hinges are going to be swapped out. They just happen to be what I have for now. There's the Kreg cabinet hardware jig. And I'm going to apologize for the noise. As well insulated as my garage is, my neighbor kid has an ATV that he's riding up and down the street right in front of the houses and making noise I can't control. Let's go ahead and open this package. Not exactly an unboxing, but oh man, this is definitely not frustration-free packaging. I figured the way they packaged it, it would come open easier. I was wrong. Well, I can't find my utility knife. I have some junk paring knives. They got tossed out here by my wife because she doesn't like them anymore. So, that'll have to do. There we go. Owner's manual. Hardware installation solutions. The jig body. This appears to be some kind of fence. And a bag with some decently made, what looks like wing nuts, a couple of bolts, and some more miscellaneous hardware. Let's pour that out for you so you can see what I'm looking at. And some rubber stop looking things. Okay, that's your drill guides. There's hardened steel in front of there. I'm assuming these are for the fence. Looking at the picture, it's already readily apparent how this goes together. Wing bolts through. Fence on the bottom side, nuts. Got it. Or bolts. So bolts go through like that. Up like that. And the giant plastic handled metal inserted wing nut like that. Say what you will about plastics, and I know there's probably going to be a durability issue over the years. And backwards. That way. And I'll explain to you why in a second. Same thing over here. I'm going to do this in front of you instead of holding it up against my gut that I'm hiding from you. Okay, so the way I had it on before, the angled part of the fence was facing this way, which I don't want. You see, there's a scale and an arrow. So I line the scale up to the arrow, lock the wing nut down, lock the wing nut down, and that is at 5 inches depth, which would be awfully deep, but hey, okay. Drill guides go on like so, I think. I'm still not sure what those pads are for. I'll have to read the manual and find out. Alright, these drill guides may be problematic. Let's make sure I can get them to screw together outside of the jig. Now they get to a certain point and they stop. I think that may be by design, but the one stops sooner than the other. Threads inside these nuts aren't milled super clean from the factory. It's a little disappointment coming from Kreg. I expect, especially at the price point they want, I expect more out of them, like cleanly cut threads. Okay, got it. So this plastic nut isn't cleanly cut. I had to run it in and out using a towel to hold it to keep from beating the crap out of my fingers. And they're designed to only go in one way. And when you get towards the end, where the stop is, it gets impossible to turn, so you can't lock it in neatly. Okay, there's a pointer there and a scale there, so make sure when you install these they have a flat to go in there. Make sure the arrow is pointing down, and then install the nut in the back. Okay, and the thumb release nut should allow you the ability to move the guide back and forth. There we go. Now, you've got detents in the plastic, and I do apologize for the hiccups. I just can't seem to shake them. There's a detent in the plastic, or a tab with detents in there. So let's say I want to set for 2.5 inch wide spread on my handles. Like so. There's a 2.5 inch. I set it there. And I make the other side match. Like that. Now that's set up for a 2.5 inch wide handle. It's going to be too narrow for my big hands, but that'll help you. And let's say now I want to put that 2.5 inch wide handle 2 inches down from the top. Unscrew the fence, run it down to the arrow it's pointing it to, tighten, same thing with the other side. Tighten. Now it's not gonna work here, because if I go 2 inches down here, I don't know if you can see that, but if I go 2 inches down here, I'm going to be right in this trim. So I want to be, I want to be a lot closer than that. Try more like 1.25. So the same thing. Going to go down 1.25. From the bottom. Okay. So I'm 1.25 inches from the bottom to the centers here. Now, if I go here, perfect. I line it up with my edge here. I go 1.25 in from the end. Yeah, I'm perfectly in where if I was going to put a knob on, that would go, or a handle, a 2.5 inch handle, which I'm not going to do on here. These are going to be knobs. I just drill my holes there and there. I'm good to go. Now, having said that, I'm completely clueless what those are for, those little pads. Except I see some matching recesses on the fence. When all else fails, read the instructions, right? Yep, the pads go into those matching recesses on the fence. I guess the idea there is to keep the fence from marring the finish of your workpiece. Oh, and they're kind of sticky, so they'll help keep it from slipping around. That's a good idea. They're not just felt, they're kind of a grippy foam. Kind of like the stuff that's on water shoes. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Alright guys and gals, so there it is. That's the Kreg cabinet hardware jig. In the next video, I'll show you how it actually works in function, but I need to charge my cordless battery up for now, so I'll talk to you later. If you like my videos, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to go back into the old catalog by clicking my channel and then clicking on the videos link. There's lots of decent stuff back there you may be interested in. And like I always say to you folks, be busy, be productive, be safe, but most of all, be blessed. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.